I'm really sorry for you. And I've never said that to anybody in custody before. But at the end of the day, I never liked your stories in the first fucking place, you know? You better put that hood on.
I thought you were supposed to execute me in the room next door.
No, we execute you in here. I was just mucking around.
But do you give me a minute to say a prayer or two, or were you just mucking around then too?
We'll give you 10 seconds.
We'll give you 10 seconds. I'm kidding. Just kneel down over there somewhere so you don't splash me.
I was a good writer. It was all I ever wanted to be. And I was.
Was being the operative word.
Yes. Was being the operative word.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Oh, what'd you go and do that for?
What did I go and do what for?
You said you'd give him 10. That wasn't very nice.
Ariel, what exactly is nice about shooting a man on his knees with a bag on his head?
Even so.
I've had enough whining from you for one day. Listen, we've cleared up the case, haven't we? Whichever way you look at it, well, haven't we?
I suppose.
That's all the more sweets for you when you're 70. Look, get the paperwork finished, get this room cleaned up, and get those stories burned. I better go speak to the mute girl's parents, warn her about the piglets.
In the 7 3/4 seconds he was given before he died, Couturier tried to think up a final story in lieu of a prayer for his brother. What he came up with was more of a footnote to a story. And the footnote was this: a happy, healthy little boy named Couturier, on the eve of the night that his parents were to start torturing him for 7 consecutive years, was visited by a man made of all fluffy pillows. And the man sat with McCall and talked to him for a while, and told him all about the dreadful life he were to lead, and how it would all end up for him, with his only beloved brother smothering his life out in a cold prison cell. And the man suggested to McCall that wouldn't it be better to do away with it there and then, and avoided all the years of horror? To which McCall said,
"But if I do away with myself, my brother will never get to hear me being tortured, will he?"
"No," said the Pillowman.
"And if he never gets to hear me being tortured, he may never write the stories that he's going to write, might he?"
"That's true," said the Pillowman. And McCall thought about it for a while, and he said,
"Well, then I think we should keep things the way that they are then. Me being tortured, and him hearing and all that business. Because I think I'm going to really like my brother's stories. I think I'm going to really like them."
The story was going to finish there. in fashionably downbeat mode, with McCall going through all that torment, with Couturier writing all those stories only to get them burned from the world by a bulldog of a policeman. The story was going to finish there, but it was, of course, cut short by a bullet blowing his brains out 2 seconds too soon. And maybe it was best the story didn't finish that way, as it wouldn't have been quite accurate. Because for reasons known only to himself, the bulldog of a policeman chose not to place the stories in the trash to burn, but instead placed them carefully with Couturier's case file, which he then sealed away to remain unopened for some 50-odd years. A fact which would have ruined the writer's fashionably downbeat ending, but was somehow more in keeping with the spirit